Good morning, YouTube. All right, it is Tuesday morning. We just arrived at the customer's house. Did a quick walkthrough with them and went over all the stuff that we're going to pack and all the stuff that we're going to take. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of miscellaneous things. As you can see, like even in the garage, it's going to be a tricky one to pack up, but we're going to get it done. So let's get to work, get this thing done. Later, got a lot of stuff packed up and serviced. All right guys, a couple hours later, about midday, so we got a lot of the stuff packed up. Making some progress with the downstairs. All right guys, I've been taking things like couches, we wrap them in a cellophane plastic, and you'll see I take tape and I run it along all the edges. This helps protect when you're moving it in and out of the house and you hit a corner against the wall or something, or you're sliding it in the trailer, on the trailer floor or on the dock floor. The corners are the areas that are gonna get ripped and torn through the easiest. So the tape is a lot stronger than the actual cellophane is. So it makes it a lot less likely to get damaged. And you see, we did that to all of them. About 5 o'clock and we're going to go ahead and head on out, but I wanted to give you a look around to show you what we've done here. So like in this bedroom, everything is pretty much packed up, the bed's taken apart. All we have left to do is just to haul this stuff out to the trailer, which we're not going to do until the whole house is packed. Then we'll start doing that, but I'll take you room by room, show you what we've done. Closets are clear except for the totes. Everything in the bathroom is packed up. I know it still looks like a lot of stuff, and it is. This particular customer has a lot of belongings, but at least at this point it's all just ready to be hauled out and put in the truck. All right guys, that's it. It's 5 o'clock. We're going home. Well, back to the truck stop anyways. Call it quits for the day. Finally made it back to the truck stop and we've showered, doing some laundry, gonna try to get a good night's sleep tonight. One thing I forgot to mention is that about halfway through the trip here yesterday, our fleet manager and dispatch got a hold of us and they did finally find us some help. And what's nice is They're coming from about 8 hours away, so our corporate offices are actually paying for the additional expenses. So yeah, we still have to pay them their labor for doing the work, but Beltman is actually going to cover the drive time, the hotels and stuff like that for them, so it doesn't come out of our pocket. So because we're already here, we got quite a bit done today, a lot more than we thought we were going to get done. So tomorrow morning there'll actually be 8 of us doing the rest of it. So I'm hoping we get all the packing finished tomorrow. Not so sure we will, because the garage is a mess. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then maybe we'll even start loading some tomorrow, and then maybe finish up on Thursday. Could go into Friday, but I think we might have a chance of getting it done early. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see you guys in the morning. All right, guys, we just arrived at the house on day number 2, so it is now Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. We're just waiting for the crew to get here. The car just pulled up, so I think that might be them. Excited to meet them. Hopefully it's a really good crew. We'll get this done quick. Holy crap, guys. We got the work in when we got there today, and just still took longer than what we thought. Got busy, and I completely forgot to record anything throughout the day. But we made really good progress. We've got the trailer loaded about a third to a half of the way. I didn't actually look in, just going by what Talon told me. 99% of the house is completely packed. There's a couple of things left that we have to pack in the morning, but not very much. So I don't see any reason why we won't finish this job ahead of schedule tomorrow instead of having to work into Friday. So that'll be great. Well, guys, I did it again. Today was such a hustle and bustle day that I forgot to record anything throughout the day. So it's like 9:30 at night. We didn't leave the customer until 9:15, and it's Thursday. But the good news is the job is all done. We do not have to go back tomorrow like we originally planned. The bad news is, you can see, I'm getting off of the scooter here. Normally, Talon keeps the scooter in the back of the trailer so they've got transportation if they've got some downtime while they're at jobs. And the job was so big that we just barely were able to get it all. In fact, we couldn't keep the scooter in the trailer, so we're gonna have to transfer that over to Goliath and take it back to Rapid City with us, and then he'll get it when he meets us for Sturgis. But check this out. We had so much stuff, we couldn't even fit it all in the truck. We had to run a tailgate. For the first time ever, I've had to do that. Check it out. So it's just patio furniture and a little kid's Jeep. But we were unable to fit that inside the trailer. We barely got all of our extra pads and our equipment back in there. So Talon's gonna have to run it like this to get it back over to Minnesota. So now we're gonna fuel up. We've got to get our heavyweight. All right, guys, I'm just doing a post-edit addition here. I didn't realize where I cut off right there because I had gotten distracted by something. But yeah, we were fueling up the truck, and then we were going to go ahead and get our heavyweight. So remember, we get paid by the pound basically to haul these household goods. So at the same very scale, before we started loading the truck, we weighed in to find out what the truck weighed without the customer's belongings in it. And then when it's all said and done, we have to weigh it again with all the customer's belongings. That way we know how much freight we are carrying minus our personal stuff, because we've always got our own things in there. And I always like to fuel up just before we get our heavyweight, for the main reason that, one, we want to have the weight there, but also I can check my axles. So when we're here on the scale, so right now there's no truck on the scale, you can see there's a section here for the front axles. After the line, there's a section there for the drives, and there's another line right there, and the back section is where your trailer axles would go. So once we're loaded and we're full of fuel, we're confident that's going to be the maximum weight that we're going to be as we're traveling to the next stop or destination. So I like to fuel up just before we do our heavyweight. That way I can make sure that my axles are all in the right place and we're not overloaded. And typically, you're never going to have an overload situation with household goods at our level. With the trailer we've got, its capacity will almost never put us over an actual overweight condition. Now, there are some moving trailers out there that are called like Big Berthas, and they've got the spread axles and the double drop decks, and they can fit a lot more freight inside them. So those guys may have to be a little bit more careful on their axle weights, but still I like to know what it's going to be. Now, one thing we had to do in this situation, because we had to take the scooter out of the trailer. So Keith, if you're watching this, know that I did not try to cheat the system. But when we got our lightweight before we went to the job, the scooter was in the trailer. So the weight of the truck included the weight of the scooter. So when we're done, we had to take the scooter out, which was unplanned. We thought that we'd be able to pack around that scooter and leave it in there. So I didn't want it to look like we weren't getting paid for the proper weight. I'm not sure if I'm phrasing that right, but anyway, that scooter weighs about 650 pounds. So we wanted to compensate for that. So actually, when we did our heavyweight, I actually drove the scooter onto the back of the scale just behind the truck. That way it was still in there. So Keith, if you see that, know that we weren't cheating it. That scooter was in the trailer on the lightweight, so I made sure it was on the scale for the heavyweight also. That way we get an accurate measurement of what the customer's freight actually weighed. All right, guys, all in all, the job is done. It's completed. The customer was happy. And by the way, the customer was really awesome. As you guys know, I never give out too much customers' information on here, but he was a really cool guy. We never got to meet the wife or the kids or even the dogs, but I know he had them all. But he was just a really cool guy. We enjoyed actually working for him, as we do most of our customers. But I also want to give a shout out to Dustin, Devin, Lyric, and George. They are the guys that were sent out from Minneapolis area to help us load this. And be honest, without them, I don't think we would have got it done by Thursday night. We would have still been out there today and possibly even into Saturday. This job turned out to be a lot bigger than what we had expected going in. And it's just because the customer had a lot of belongings. You know, the closets were packed full. You saw in one of those clips how full the garage was. It definitely took longer to pack than what we had planned. And obviously the more packing you've got, the more loading you've got. So it was just a big job. So thank you guys. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you driving all the way from Minneapolis out here and give us a hand with that. I know that when we parted ways last night, I said thank you a bunch of times, but I'm just saying thank you again in case you watch this. And hopefully we'll see each other again in the future and be able to work together again. So thank you very much. All right, guys, it's Friday afternoon. We kind of just got relaxed and chilled this morning. And as you can see behind me, that's Talon and Alyssa heading out. They are going to go ahead and head over towards Minneapolis area. They deliver there on Monday to offload this load, and they're gonna pick up 2 more loads, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. And then they're gonna head to Kansas, pick up another load. And then all 3 of those are going to deliver out in Colorado, near Colorado Springs, Denver. However, before Talon and Alyssa pulled out just there, we had to put the scooter in the back of Goliath. So I figured I'd show you guys how that worked out. Now, we carry the scooter back here quite often, but after Talon started running the truck with Alyssa by himself without me in the truck all the time, we decided to let him take the scooter That way they had transportation when they were, you know, in between jobs or had some downtime. You know, sometimes we get 2 or 3 days where we're just kind of sitting someplace waiting for an unload or waiting for the reload or something like that. And it sucks when all you have is a semi truck for transportation. So they can always unload the scooter out of the back and they can run around, and that scooter is so much fun to ride. I mean, it's not one of these little 50cc things. It's a Bergman 650. It's fast, it's fun, it's comfortable. I mean, it's every bit of a motorcycle, just you step through it instead of step over it. But it's a lot of fun. So we had to shove it in the back of Goliath. This is the back of Goliath. I got this double door set up here. And if you open up the doors, you can see there's about a 10-foot deep cargo area. That might be a little bit more than 10 feet. And we got a bunch of other junk back here too, so we had to rearrange it, and then we shoved the scooter in there so that we can take it back to South Dakota. Well guys, that's it. They're on their way to Minneapolis. Katie and I are just gonna hang out here for the rest of the day because it's already kind of late in the afternoon. If I'm not mistaken, it's almost 5 o'clock in the evening now. Like I said, we've just kind of chilled out today. The last 2 days was very exhausting, and we just wanted kind of a day to relax. And then it got so late in the day that I didn't want to try to drive back to Rapid City today, because then we end up pulling in at midnight and it's harder to see to park in the spot we're going to put Goliath. And we still kind of need a little bit of downtime. So we're gonna chill here and hang out for a little while, maybe we'll get caught up with some of my YouTube videos and get some editing done. Also watch some of the other videos of the other YouTubers that I like to watch that I'm so far behind on right now. And even comments. I know guys have been leaving comments, and I haven't made it all the way through the list, so please be patient. We've been extremely busy, but I will answer all the comments. I promise, I always do. But I think that's it. I think we're done with this video. I know it's been over the course of 4 days. We started this one on Tuesday. It's now Friday evening, and I don't normally let videos run that long of a course. The hard thing about that is sometimes it's hard to remember stuff you've already covered days ago. But we're done. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like always, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share with your friends and family. Really trying to kind of build this YouTube base here again, and we need your help growing. I think it would be awesome. But we're gonna go ahead and close this one out and be done with it. So until the next time I see you, you guys keep those engines running.